So right now, what I have is called reasonable suspicion. Do you understand this?
What's your reasonable suspicion?
This is jet fuel
Okay.
that the airport uses for their airplanes. It's highly flammable natural gas facility. Now I have a subject here with a DSLR camera.
Okay.
Taking pictures.
Yeah.
Of highly flammable
What's
areas.
the crime?
It's not a crime. It's called
Am I being
suspicion.
detained?
Yes, sir, you are.
For what crime?
That's not how that works.
So, do you know 3802?
We're not going through this right now.
So, do you know 3802?
I know what you're trying to do, and we're not going through that. So, go ahead and turn around.
Don't touch me. Call you.
You want to take the seat for me then?
No, I will not sit.
Alright. Well, I'm going to put you in handcuffs then, okay?
I refuse.
Hey everybody, it's James Freeman. Somebody sent me a link to this today. It's a cross-dressing photo shoot posted on the Southlake, Texas Police Department Facebook page. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't care if you like cross-dressing. It's none of my business. What I do care about is wasted tax dollars. The U.S. is over $30 trillion in debt at this point. The Southlake Police Department receives federal funding. And this is what they're doing with your taxes. Now, if you're wondering if it actually costs anything, they testify to it in their post. Oh yeah, it was us who started this little trend. We've got receipts. That's right, they did spend your money on this nonsense, and they've even got the receipts to prove it. But this blue bonnet thing is by far not their only waste of taxpayer money publicity stunt. They have an entire YouTube channel dedicated to making awful videos while on the clock, costing you tons of money.
I can show you Southlake.
All the time wondering where I need to be is be.
Do it.
In her face.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
In her face.
As I'm watching these propaganda videos about Southlake police officers educating people about the law and teaching them how they should act in public, I realize that I recognize one of the stars of many of their videos, Corporal Hernandez, because he starred in a video a few years ago where he illegally detained someone, misquoted what reasonable suspicion is, misquoted Terry versus Ohio, and then searched his pockets and his backpack while he had him in handcuffs stuffed in the back of the car. The incident resulted in a lawsuit and the city paying the victim a lot of money. A couple months later, another officer did the same exact thing to the same victim under the same circumstances. If the department has all this extra time and money, then why aren't they spending it educating their own officers on law that they clearly don't understand? When I called the department to find out when they're going to do a video educating their officers on the law, guess who called me back? That's right, Corporal Blas Hernandez himself called me back.
Hello, sir. This is Corporal Blas Hernandez with Southlake Police Department. How can I help you today?
Hey, how you doing, Corporal?
Good, good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, thanks. What'd you say again, Corporal what?
Blas, B as in boy, L-A-S, last of Hernandez.
Blas Hernandez.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Hey, I appreciate you calling me, man. You having a good day?
So far, so good.
All right. Hey, I love the videos. Are you the one who heads that stuff up, or?
No, sir.
Okay. I think I've seen you in a couple of them, though, right?
I believe so, yes, sir.
You were Aladdin in one of them, weren't you?
I was.
Was that actually you singing?
Yes, sir.
Did you guys have to edit that up, or I mean, do you have like, what do you call that, auto-tune, or are you actually that good?
Some would say I'm maybe just that good. Was there something I can help you with today, sir?
Yeah, I was curious about the videos. One, I love them. I love that you guys are using this this stuff to educate the public and everything.
Of course.
I was wondering though, if at what point you guys might do a video on something like, let's see, reasonable suspicion, Terry stops, and Texas Penal Code 3802 to kind of educate people about that. Do you think that might be on the list?
Probably not, but I'm not the brainchild, but I can pass on any kind of recommendations, and the guy that is in charge of that we'll see what he can do.
Okay. So I don't know if it's how necessary it's going to be. I mean, you understand reasonable suspicion, right?
So do we understand what reasonable suspicion is?
Yes, sir. Was there anything else specific related to the videos that I can help you with? Or?
Yeah. And you understand Terry stops and how it means you can pat someone down but not actually reach into their pockets or their backpack or anything like that, right?
Of course, sir.
detaining you.
You're illegally searching my property. He's opening my bag.
I'm looking for your wallet.
Get out of my bag.
Okay, great. And you also understand Texas Penal Code 3802, which says you can't detain, or I'm sorry, you can't get ID out of someone unless they're lawfully arrested, right?
Thank you, sir.
Do you understand that or no? I used to go out and record and take pictures with this guy in public when I was in the Dallas area. This guy was never what people on the internet like to call an auditor, which I never quite understood exactly what that means anyways. But he would go around and take pictures in public with a DSLR camera. Some of them he sold, some of them he just gave away, and you can find them posted on websites. He's a photographer. He never wanted to have any interaction with any police ever, but they were constantly bothering him and harassing him while he was doing his job. So he kind of had to learn how to assert his rights with them.
We got a call that you were taking pictures around this area and that you had gone through the fence, through the gate. Well, we got a call from the security company there. What's going on?
What's your name and badge number?
It's Corporal Blush Hernandez with Southlake Police Department. So what's going on?
I'm out taking pictures.
Huh?
Just taking pictures. I've never been through their gate.
Okay, like I said, I'm only working off the information that we got, okay?
Well, that's false information.
That's what you're saying, okay?
Okay.
So right now, what I have is called reasonable suspicion. Do you understand this?
What's your reasonable suspicion?
This is jet fuel
Okay.
that the airport uses for their airplanes. It's highly flammable natural gas
Right.
facility. Now I have a subject here with a DSLR camera
Okay.
taking pictures
Yeah.
of highly flammable
What's
areas.
the crime?
It's not a crime. It's called
All right.
it's called reasonable suspicion.
So, reasonable suspicion of what crime?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay. Have
Do
you
you
seen a
understand
crime
what reasonable
committed?
suspicion is?
Oh my God. Can you get your supervisor here?
I am a supervisor.
Who's your
Let's
supervisor?
start with your license, okay?
No. Tell me what crime I've committed.
I did not mention that you started a crime, okay?
Okay. Tell me what crime I committed.
We're not going to play this game, okay?
Get off your super suit and go get your supervisor.
Is this what you've rehearsed?
Go get your supervisor.
Okay, he's on his way.
All right.
Okay,
I'll
I'm not
remain
waiting
silent.
here, okay?
You don't have to wait here.
So what we're trying to figure out now is what you're doing and how far you were going into their terminals of a highly secure facility with jet fuel. That's called
Am I being
reasonable suspicion.
detained?
Yes, sir, you are.
For what crime?
That's not how that works.
What crime?
I only need reasonable suspicion to detain you, okay? So let's
What crime?
let's start with your license.
What crime? Why do you need my ID?
Reasonable suspicion is not a crime,
All right,
okay?
let me go ahead and go over this then. I need your supervisor.
He's on his way.
Where is he at?
He's on his way.
How long?
So go ahead and put the water bottle down for
No.
me, okay? This is not going to end
This is
well.
illegal detainment.
It's not an illegal detainment.
It is.
I have what is called
What
reasonable
crime
suspicion.
have I committed?
I have already detailed you.
What crime?
It's not a crime.
So no crime, but you're detaining me.
Reasonable suspicion does not mean a crime.
So do you know 3802?
We're not going through this right now.
So do you know 3802?
I know what you're trying to do, and we're not going through
To
this.
ask for my ID, you need to have a crime. Suspicion of a crime.
I
Read
have to
3802, sir.
What did you just say? Reasonable suspicion, right?
Yeah. What
do
have
I
you
have?
seen me
What have
do?
I detailed
What have
for
you
you?
seen me do as a crime?
Okay. So go ahead and turn around.
Don't
Go
touch me.
ahead.
Call
Go
your
ahead and turn around.
supervisor. Call your supervisor.
Turn around. You're not.
I do not.
I know.
I do not agree to any searches. I do not agree to any searches.
Drop.
Let me close
Drop
my
it.
water bottle. Let me close
Drop
my water
it.
bottle.
Just drop it. I gave you a chance.
You gonna let me spill my water?
Drop
You gonna pay for it?
Drop it.
What's your badge number?
I gave you your chance.
What's your badge number?
We already went through this.
So I'm being detained for what?
Okay.
For what?
I've already detailed the reasonable suspicion, okay? This is a highly secure facility.
And where am I at? Am I on their facility?
We have information.
So you just have information. So you have a hearsay, right?
An employee of the natural gas and the jet fuel facility that says that you were seen on their property. You're not under arrest.
You're bending my wrist there.
You are not under arrest.
I'm not under arrest, but I'm in handcuffs. I'm not turning with you. I haven't moved
You're
in.
not under arrest.
I'm not resisting at all. I don't agree to any searches or seizures.
219. Show 1 detained for now and 210 if you go ahead and start this.
I've been arrested.
So sir,
I don't agree. Hey, get out of my pockets. Don't get in my pockets.
I have told you that I have reasons.
You don't have any reason to go in my pockets or my property.
It's called a Terry stop.
Yeah, you don't get to go in my pockets.
Do you
So I've been
understand?
arrested, all right?
Terry v. Ohio.
Corporal Hernandez was never told that the photographer was on private property. He fabricated that himself to justify his unlawful detainment, that he did end up getting sued for. Then he proceeded to reach inside of the victim's pockets, doing a full search, and would later open up his backpack, fully searching everything inside. Luckily, the victim is actually able to get the corporal to articulate that he's actually detaining him for walking around in public with a camera.
What reasonable suspicion? That I've been walking around with a camera?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah? What crime is that?
Okay, no.
What crime?
It doesn't matter where, you can take pictures a lot of places.
Okay, so when we go ahead and meet in front of a judge, you're going to agree that it doesn't matter, right?
No.
No, you're going to agree that it doesn't matter. As long as you have reasonable suspicion, you can put me in handcuffs and go ahead and detain me illegally, right? For no crime.
I know what you're trying to do, so I'm just going to stop.
You're going to stop? What?
Yeah, we're going to go hang out in the back of my car.
I don't want to go in the back of the car. That's kidnapping, bro. You can't take off my backpack, dog. What are you doing? Yeah. How are you going to take it off?
Oh, my goodness.
How are you going to take it off? I'm handcuffed, dude.
Okay. I'm seeing if there's any threats. So.
No. So, all right. I'm being forcefully taken to the police car. I'm being kidnapped. Detaining me for no crime.
Sit down for that, right?
I don't want to sit down. I'm not a dog.
So why are you crying? So what's going on?
Water's in my eye. Wind's in my eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your name?
I'm not going to give that.
Okay.
How long till your supervisor gets here?
I have no idea.
No idea? So you're just going to hold me here?
Yes, sir.
What time is it?
13:52.
13:52? When did you detain me?
Huh?
When did you detain me?
Not quite sure.
When did you detain me?
Not quite sure. Probably a minute or two ago.
A minute or two ago? Okay.
So do we understand what reasonable suspicion is? Because you haven't been able to answer that question. Did you not see that in your YouTube videos?
You haven't provided any reason to detain me, man.
I did. I detailed to you. We have highly flammable, secure, obviously a very secure facility. Provide jet fuel. We have a subject walking around,
Right.
taking pictures, not wanting to identify themselves.
So
all
no
I
crime.
need to detain you, I've never said. Did I ever say you were arrested?
So no crime.
Did I ever
That's
say
all.
you-
That's all I need, Mr. Hernandez. B. Hernandez.
Never said you committed a crime.
Okay, that's all I need.
But I don't need the crime to detain you and to legally identify you.
So I'm in handcuffs in
Yes.
detainment. You detain
That's a
anybody?
detainment.
Okay.
That's
all
a
right.
detainment.
No problem.
Corporal Hernandez doesn't understand that reasonable suspicion means that you have to have reasonable suspicion of a crime or criminal activity. He articulates time and time again that there is no crime or criminal activity. He also doesn't understand a Terry stop, believing that he has the right to go into someone's pockets because he has them detained. He also doesn't understand Texas failure to ID law 3802, which says that someone only has to ID if they are lawfully arrested in the state of Texas. Corporal Hernandez has absolutely no idea whatsoever what he's doing, but he's standing here talking to the victim like a pompous, arrogant prick, asking him if he understands reasonable suspicion.
So do we understand what reasonable suspicion is? All right, so where's your identification, sir?
I'm not giving my ID, man.
Okay.
You can talk. I need a lawyer. How about that?
You're not under arrest, so you don't need a lawyer.
This cop is so arrogant, he doesn't even realize that he incriminates himself every time he opens his stupid mouth. He claims that he legally has the right to get ID. When the victim says that he wants a lawyer, he says, well, you don't get a lawyer because you're not under arrest. Well, Texas Penal Code 3802 says that unless you are lawfully under arrest, you do not have to provide ID. Everything Corporal Hernandez did and said was used against him in a court of law, and the city paid out a sum to the victim.
I'm not under arrest. Don't search my property. Hey, don't go through my property. I told you I do not agree to any searches.
I just need
at
to
all.
identify you.
I do not agree to any searches. I do not agree to any searches.
not searching
I do
you.
not agree to any searches
But I have
or
the
any
right-
searches on my property.
I have the right to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, sir.
What crime?
Right now, I've already explained to you.
What
it's
crime? So there's no crime. He's already admitted I never went past their
Not,
gate.
yes, it's not a crime.
It's not a crime.
But it's called a reasonable
So,
suspicion.
read 3802.
Of what?
3802, that's
Of
your
what?
penal code.
No. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
So I have a right to identify
all
you.
right, dude, I'm not agreeing to anything.
Okay, I have a right to
I'm
identify
not agreeing
you.
to anything.
Are you going to identify yourself?
I'm not
Or am I
identifying.
going to have to identify you?
I'm not. Get out of my bag. Don't touch my bag. You're illegally detaining me, dude.
I'm not illegally detaining you.
You're illegally searching my property. He's opening my bag.
I'm looking for your wallet.
Get out of my
to
bag.
identify you.
Get out of my bag.
Since you have not identified
That's an
yourself.
illegal search.
It's not an illegal search.
It is. I told you I do not agree. You're illegally detaining me.
identify you.
Where's your supervisor?
You have a backpack near
Where's your supervisor?
fuel area, and he's
Where
on
is
his
their
way.
supervisor?
He's on his way.
I need your name, your badge number,
I
and
need
your
to
serial number.
ensure, because of Terry.
You took my wallet out of my bag? You took my wallet out of my bag?
to identify you.
Did you
That's
take
what
my
I
wallet
did.
out my bag? That's illegal search.
No, it's not.
How is that not illegal search? Did you enter?
I have a legal
So
right
now
to
you're throwing me
identify
down?
you.
Now you're throwing me
I'm not
down?
throwing you down.
You
but
are.
You're not going to turn around.
I
on me
didn't
like
turn
that.
on you. I'm not even resisting.
You're not going to turn on me.
So you're trying to throw me down. You're trying to slam me to the sidewalk.
Ohio allows me to do a protective sweep to ensure that you do not have any weapons.
So now you're going ahead.
Based
I'm
off of-
handcuffed and I can't even resist. How am I going to do anything? I'm handcuffed, idiot.
Based off of your demeanor and your actions,
I
still
need
have
your
reasonable
supervisor.
suspicion
You're searching my property. You can hear the backpack zipping and zooming, right?
that you
So you're about to make
may
me fall
have
over.
weapons. Thank you to Terry v. Ohio. I have reasonable suspicion.
No, you don't, dog.
To pack
You need to really read Terry v. Ohio and Turner versus Driver, you idiot.
continue with your insult, sir.
Yeah, continue
not
with
under
illegal
arrest.
detainment. I'm not under arrest.
You're not under arrest.
These cuffs are too tight.
but I'm going to keep you here.
This is kidnapping if you do that.
Go ahead and sit down for me. It's not kidnapping.
It is.
It's just detaining you because of your being uncooperative. I've told you not to move.
I can't move my arm. Ah!
We'll sit.
My shoulder. I'm telling you, I'm handcuffed. I can't do
It'd be a lot
anything.
easier
I'm
if you
stuck.
cooperate.
Dude, I'm stuck.
And just sit right there for me.
So you
okay?
took my ID? You see that? He's taking my stuff out of my backpack.
I have a legal right to identify you.
What crime?
Dispatch.
This little prick was in control for about 18 minutes. Not because any of the law was on his side, but because he was willing to use any amount of violence necessary to get what he wants. As soon as the supervisor arrived, he released the victim. Like I said, everything that Corporal Hernandez did and said was used against him in the court of law, and a court decided that he was wrong about everything, and paid the victim a large sum of money for his ignorance and arrogance. You would think that once the department figured out that their staff were so ignorant and arrogant, they'd do something about it. But the same thing happened again a few months later. Link is in the description and the pinned comment below to this full video as well as the second video where the same exact department does the same exact thing to the same exact victim. You would think that with all the time and taxpayer money they spend on silly propaganda videos, that they might be able to spend a little bit of time teaching their officers the law. But no. I can show you Southlake, face down on the pavement.